So recently, a British bank, one of the biggest banks in Britain called Barclays, has basically stopped their own customers from spending money on cryptocurrency. Barclays blocks customers moving cash to Binance after an FCA ban. That's not entirely accurate, but this is mainstream media, so it's expected. But what is true is that Barclays has been dictating to their customers what they can and can't buy with their own freaking money. And in this case, anybody that's been trying to deposit on Binance has basically been blocked by the bank. Barclays has basically stepped in and said, although this is legal and it's your own money, we're not going to allow it, and it's in your best interest. And just to show that this isn't made up, a lot of people have been reporting on Twitter that they have been getting messages saying that you're not allowed to buy any cryptocurrency with Binance if you want to be our customer. As you can see, this Twitter user posted a message he got from Barclays. As you've made a payment to Binance this year, we wanted to let you know that we've been stopping payments made by credit/debit card to them until further notice. This is to help keep your money safe. So that is a very interesting thing to say, to help keep your money safe. What they're basically saying is that we know better than you what to do with your money, and we're going to basically decide for you what you can and can't spend your money on. It doesn't matter that what you're doing is legal. We are going to step in and be the middleman and tell you what is going on and what you can and can't do. It's an absolute insane reach. The only job they should have is just to keep your money safe and hold your money for you. That's it. They're not supposed to be advising you and telling you what you can and can't do with your own money. That's not their role. That's not their position. But banks like Barclays are definitely overstepping their boundaries here. However, Barclays is not the only bank that has been making moves to try and stop crypto from being bought. Santander's UK arm follows Barclays in banning payments to Binance. So these guys are getting involved, and they recently made a tweet in response to someone probably asking, hey, why are you telling me what I can and can't do with my money? Their response is, hello, in recent months, we have seen a large increase in UK customers becoming the victims of cryptocurrency fraud. Keeping our customers safe is a top priority, so we have decided to prevent payments to Binance following the FCA's warning to consumers. So keep in mind that these guys are not banning payments to, say, gambling, to, say, drugs, alcohol, lottery tickets, and so on, things that you can legitimately say is a danger to people, things that can actually be a vice to people's lives and can actually harm people's finances in a measurable way. No, they're not banning that. But cryptocurrency, they got a problem with that. They got a big problem with that. Many Santander account holders have expressed negative feelings about the bank's decision. Someone has quoted being saying, as one of your long-standing account holders, do not tell me how I can spend my money, said the Twitter user Brian Moore. If I choose to use Binance, then that is my choice. It's not illegal to buy cryptocurrency. I mean, we're not talking about buying drugs. We're not talking about anything nefarious. These are banks coming in and saying what you can and can't buy, even though it's completely legal to do so. What an overstretch of power this is. A London user has added, you are putting innocent, well-informed customers at risk of losing significant investment due to the Binance block. How is that fair or responsible? People can become a victim to fraud or losses in many things: betting, bank scams, phone scams. This is absurd. Absolutely. In fact, the majority of fraud is done via wire transfers, but I guess, they're not going to shut themselves down, are they? And we all know what's going on here. Let's cut the BS. We all know what's going on here. Banks do not like cryptocurrency because it is an existential risk to them. Banks are reliant on being this middleman that basically just takes a cut out of everyone's paycheck. There was a study done that showed that 7% of all the world's wealth goes to banks in transaction fees. And these guys are these middlemen that have been in place for a long time, and they are just sucking dry the labor and sweat of people around the world with these transaction fees. And they like to be in that position. That's a good position to be in. So they don't want that to change. And cryptocurrency is the thing that can replace them. With cryptocurrency, we don't need a middleman. The fact of the matter is, cryptocurrency is a existential crisis for a lot of these banks, and they realize that. Like, they're not stupid. They know that cryptocurrency is the thing that is going to replace them. And I'm not making that up. They even say that themselves. Bank of America, JP Morgan call cryptocurrencies a threat. Bank of America Corp listed cryptocurrencies among the risk factors that could impact the bank's competitiveness and reduce its revenues and profits. They are saying exactly what I'm saying. Cryptocurrency is the thing that is going to replace them, and they don't like it. Just look at it from their perspective. I think it's important to get their perspective on how they view cryptocurrency, because for us, we're not political elites. We're not people that have been born with a silver spoon and, have this position of privilege and power that has been going for generations. Look at it from their perspective. Imagine that you have been in this position for the longest period of time and it's all you've ever known. You don't need to worry about competing with other systems. And we have a stranglehold on basically all the transactions, all the financial transactions in the world, and nothing can replace those. And only up to recently has there even been a threat to the global banking system, which is cryptocurrency. If cryptocurrency becomes mainstream and is how most transactions are done, they're gone. Like, they're completely made redundant. That 7% of wealth that they're taking from basically the entire world is done. Like, it's no longer needed. Like, the middlemen have been replaced. Kind of like how switchboards were a thing back in the day. Someone with a switchboard would have to manually connect you to the guy that you were trying to call, and it was just so inefficient and so archaic when we look back at it now. But that's really what banks are. These are middlemen that don't need to exist, that really can be replaced by technology, and in this case, it is cryptocurrency that can replace them. And I'm not making it up. The Bank of America has even said it will impact their competitiveness and reduce its revenues and profits. I mean, is there no better advertisement for cryptocurrency? Like, if that doesn't make you happy about getting involved in cryptocurrency, I don't know what does. Like anybody, when someone takes something for granted, when there's something that threatens them having that, they become nasty. And in this case, banks are becoming nasty. They're stopping people from buying things that are completely legal. Their own customers, they're telling them what to do and saying what they can and can't buy because they are afraid. They are afraid of what is going to come on the horizon. And I agree. It is scary for them. And that's why it's good. They're not irrational. They know what's going on. They know that if cryptocurrency becomes mainstream and replaces them and gets rid of them as middlemen, they're done. They're made redundant. But again, the whole world doesn't need to revolve around keeping bankers happy. We can do without them. We really can. If you're a customer of Santander, Barclays, let your voice be known. Take your money out and stop doing business with them. That's how it goes. They can only survive when you let them survive. They can only do things like this when you let them do things like this. If you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more.